Are you ready to become that bitch? I'm like, of fucking course you are. Welcome to the show with real stories from women who chose their highest vision and never looked back. That bitch didn't happen overnight, but she sure as shit was on her way. Oh my God, you guys, welcome back to another episode of That Bitch. I'm super excited to pull forward a concept today that I think is going to activate some of you. It's going to make you think differently. This is always my intent, is I just want you to like truly, I know this sounds so fucking corny, be all that you can be. No, but I want you to like literally meet your edge of capability. I genuinely, selfishly think that this world would be a much better place if all of us were playing at our highest level of capability. And so that's what the That Bitch podcast is all about. Today's fucking concept, though, is all about how rich girl energy is actually just self-respect. It's just straight up self-respect. And I'm not saying that like, oh, people that make a lot of money have more respect than you or have more self-respect than you. That's not what this is. Let's first and foremost define what rich girl energy means to me. Rich girl energy is not just about your bank account. There is absolutely a portion of that, like actually having financial choice, making financial decisions that are empowering, having money at your fingertips, at your disposal if you should need something. Yeah, that's all rich girl shit for sure. Beyond that, other rich girl shit is knowing who the fuck you are. Other rich girl shit is being able to hold standards for yourself and boundaries for yourself as well. Other rich girl shit is actually building a life that looks just as good as or it feels just as good as it looks on paper. Other rich girl shit is like literally having autonomy and authority over who we are, knowing who we are. Rich girl shit is being so rooted that you aren't trying on these alter egos, that you aren't dancing from identity to identity to identity. I mean, like, no, we don't need to have multiple personality disorder. Literally rooting your fucking roots so deep in the fucking earth that you can't help but become this epic fucking force. This thing that people look at that is able to grow massively because you keep watering and keep deepening the same fucking roots. Richness to me is richness in your life, in how you feel, the joy that you feel on any given day, the presence that you have, that you've created, the ability to actually unplug. That's rich girl shit. Taking care of yourself, actually moving your body. And when you get into seasons where maybe you've let that slip a little bit, you call yourself out and you go right back to it. No different than what happened to me. Y'all, I was traveling so much at the tail end of 2024. I'm not going to lie, I lost my habit of like straight up working out 6 days a week. I've been doing that, and I want you to hear me when I say this. I've been doing that for 10 to 12 years already. And for whatever reason, this round, all of the ups and downs, being home for 3 days, gone for a week, being home for a week, gone for 2 weeks, or whatever the hell it was a lot. It wrecked my fucking habitual schedule that I had, and I'm now back at it. There's no way in hell you couldn't, no matter what, you couldn't convince me I am not fucking waking up and like not working out. Like immediately, that is what I'm doing. You could even fucking be like, Kim, I'll pay you $1 million not to wake up and work out in the morning. And I'd be like, no, because I know that I need to do that for myself, right? So again, it's like rich girl energy is even recognizing that life has life moments, things happen, habits shift, our discipline shifts for different seasons, and you call yourself out to call yourself forward, okay? This is all self-respect. Rich girl energy, you have a desire on your heart, you actually go figure it the fuck out. Self-respect, right? The truth is that so many of us, and I feel like the world just as a whole, I think most people operate out of self-pity. They operate out of demeaning themselves, devaluing themselves, talking shit about themselves. They operate in like wanting to make themselves feel like shit because the reality is you're getting off to it in some way. Why? Because your shadow fucking is doing it. There's a part of you that in some way, shape, or form likes to make you feel like fucking shit and you're addicted to it. Your body's addicted to it. You need to literally break that addiction. You need to think empowering thoughts. You need to see what you bring to the table. You need to own your fucking value. A rich girl owns her fucking value. Okay? And so this concept of it all coming down to self-respect, it's like, where are you not respecting yourself? Whether that's respecting your boundaries, respecting your standards, respecting your body, where are you not respecting yourself? When we can honestly just answer that question, which is a no different question, but I'm saying it in a different light in case this hits somebody in a different way. It's like, where are you not being that bitch? That bitch respects herself. When you answer that question and get radically honest, you're stepping into rich girl energy. You're stepping into money making queen energy, truthfully. You're becoming this thing that's like, you couldn't stop me if I fucking tried because I see who I am, I know what I do, and I value myself that way. You guys, I'm at a point in my life where I will not be around people who don't respect themselves. I cannot, for the life of me, if I'm around a bunch of people who are in victimhood mentality or a bunch of self pitying, feel sorry for me. Oh my God, life is always so hard, which, like, bless you people, because I once was you. I can't be around you anymore, though. My God, I see how draining that energy is. I see what a soul fucking vampire suck that is. And I refuse to let my energy be taken that way anymore. I refuse to be around people who can't actually say to themselves, I am worthy of this stuff because of XYZ. I don't have availability for people who would rather have a bunch of people circling around them to feel sorry for them, or have a bunch of people watching them and genuinely thinking you are not valuable. Like, I don't have it in me. Anybody in scarcity mindset, victimhood mentality, I'm like, literally I want to kick you away from me because my energy, I want to protect it so badly. That's like my number one goal, is protecting my own fucking energy. And so, yeah, you might be in a part or in a path in your journey that I once was in, but I'm in a season of my life where the number one and driver, the number one most important facet right now to becoming that bitch for me has been self-respect. Do you respect yourself enough to build the brand that you said you wanted to build? Do you respect yourself enough to see that dream and that vision in your head and actually bring it to life? Take the risks, make the moves, make the investments, outsource when you have to, grow the team, whatever it is that you have to do. Do you respect yourself enough? And I find that when I ask people that question, it triggers them because, of course, we all inherently want to respect ourselves. I mean, isn't that the fucking goal? Isn't it like the baseline goal? Like, that we should all be respecting ourselves? Like, we all want to. And so when you point that out to somebody, that it's like, well, honey, you're not carrying a lot of self-respect about this right now. That like hurts my soul. It's like, damn, she's fucking right. Like, if I really cared about myself, if I really wanted to pay reverence to who I am, if I really respected this fucking body that was given to me, that I am now in, I'm operating out of. If I actually respected all of this, I'd be a different person. And so the question that I have to ask you is, like, if you really fully respected every square inch of you, who you are, your journey, your story, your life, the standards you have, the boundaries, the discipline, the things you've overcome, the things you've defied, if you really fully fucking respected it, what would you be doing differently? It's the first thought that comes to mind. Don't let your brain come in with a bunch of thinking, whatever. What was the first thought that came to mind? For some of you, it's going to be that I'd be taking my ass to the gym every day. That's an easy one. It's an easy one. For others of you, it might be that, you know what? I actually need to go have a conversation with so and so because I've been feeling such way for so long and I never actually was allowing myself to take up space in this way. For some of you, that might mean going to have a conversation with a client who's been disrespectful to you. That might mean even firing a client who you're like, I don't want to work with somebody that's like this. Why did I fucking disrespect myself and let this person come in anyway? For some of you, that might mean that you need to actually have an honest to God's look about what you're building. Might mean your price points. It might mean what you've been putting out there and owning online. There are so many different facets to this. And like, the undertone of it all is that, like, if you want to have this rich girl energy, if you want to be a money making queen, that bitch respects herself enough to become this. And so she respects herself enough to know who she is, to know what she wants, to know what she's going after. She respects the vision that's in her heart. That, honestly, you know me, I'm a woo-woo bitch that literally somebody gave you, man. I genuinely, I'm like, this soul contract, right? Like, you literally signed on a dotted line in energy, basically saying that this is who I was going to be in this lifetime. This is what I was going to go after in this lifetime. Why are we not respecting that? The part of you that is infinite, that lives on and on and on, because like energy never fucking dies, that part of you, why aren't we respecting that? That's like your God state. That's the number one thing you should be respecting. Or are you feeding the opposite? Are you feeding the parts of you that are telling you you're not enough, that this is never going to work out for you, that It's only for lucky girls. It's only for pretty fucking girls. It's only for skinny fucking girls. Are we feeding the narratives that other people created about you? And why? Why are you disrespecting yourself that way? Do you see how that, like, genuinely, if you were to function throughout your day to day, and I do this with a lot of my clients, right? Like, a lot of my clients will come in and they'll be like, Kim, I want to make X amount of dollars, or Kim, I want to grow my reputation, whatever it is. We look at this and it's like, okay, so on any given day when you're not feeling your top fucking self, when all of a sudden you're on fire, you're about to sell something and you're like, this is the best fucking offer I've ever created, or like, oh my God, I just developed my core fucking scalable space and it feels so fucking good, right? Like you've got this whole thing and you're ready to go do it. And then all of a sudden, like, you show up, you sell it, and then like 2 hours later, you're like, meh, nobody inquired. Meh, I'm feeling like poop. Meh, whatever. Da 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 da. Right? Like in these moments, like, what if you actually asked yourself, what would the rich girl in me, the money making queen in me, that bitch in me, how would she respect herself in this moment? Guarantee it would be that she would shift her fucking state and wake the fuck up. I guarantee that it would be she would remind herself who the fuck she is. I guarantee that she would stop making other people's interest in her mean something, that it like validates her in some way or form. That bitch validates herself. All of the rest of this is like the byproduct of it. It's an energy difference, right? Like there's so many people, especially clientele that I've worked with over the years, who have struggled with this aspect of like, well, it's almost like I need the proof. I need the validation. When I have that, then I can run. You're chasing the wrong thing. Because a person that really has a healthy dose of self-respect, it's not about the proof and the PayPal pings and the Stripe pings that come in or the amount of DMs that are coming. That's not it. It's that it's a byproduct of her respecting every square inch of who she is, her journey, what she decided anyway, who she became anyway. That bitch respects herself through and through. And that's why most that bitches I know have rich girl energy. And they have money in the motherfucking bank. You know, I look at it and I look at like my sisters, for instance. They are not entrepreneurs. They are in the world of corporate America, like many people. And both of them have been in positions at times in their life where they had to genuinely say, I respect myself enough to get out of this career, to choose a different path. One of my sisters kept like getting in this space of, you know how fucking these big companies are. It's so annoying. You like get to the top, you're killing the game and you're the one that did it. And then they're like, we should lay her off because she makes way too much money. And man, let's go get somebody else to do it for a hell of a lot cheaper. Like she was living in this land of constant fear of layoffs. Well, eventually you have to decide you need to go. You need to respect yourself enough to go, right? My younger sister, she's like such a powerful fucking manifestor. I swear to God. Most of her jobs she's never been qualified for. She's figured it out when she got there. She said, yeah, I can figure that out, knowing no idea how to figure that out. And it was because she always respected herself enough to say, I deserve more. I deserve better. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner, if you're in corporate, it doesn't matter what type of woman you are. The question is, do you actually respect yourself enough to say, I deserve more? I deserve better. Do you respect yourself enough to actually hold yourself to the standard then of operating that way? Because it's never just enough to declare it. It's never just enough to say that I deserve it. You have to actually shift everything to make that possible now. The moves you're making, how you're thinking about yourself, how you're thinking about your future, the risks you take, the investments you make, the choices, the decisions, just period. So it's like, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just talk the talk. You got to actually fucking walk the walk. So where are you telling yourself that, yeah, I do respect myself. Yeah, I do have all this high level of respect because look at me and look at what I've done and da 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 da. Where are your actions? Where is your energy actually not matching that? Because that bitch, one, would identify that shit because that bitch holds herself to a standard of self-respect because she's a rich girl. Rich girl inside and out. You know what I mean? Self-respect, I think that, like, again, one of the last episodes I recorded, I talked a lot about like our world and the culture and our society of today. And I think we've lost a really good, healthy dose of self-respect. I actually think that most people don't have self-respect. I think that people make decisions reactionary based. They make decisions based off trauma. They make decisions that aren't even true for them simply because it's easier, it's more comfortable. None of this is self respect. Most people are not doing the deeper hard work to understand why they are the way they are and then deciding that none of that actually fucking matters and they can go be somebody else. They can be who they're meant to be. Not many people are actually even asking themselves, like, what is my highest level of capability in this lifetime? I guarantee that probably 99% of all of humanity never asks themselves that question because it stares you in the fucking face then. You have to look at it. It's a mirror and you have to see where you've been holding yourself back. You have to see the decisions that you made that got you in the position that you're in. That's a level of ownership that most people aren't willing to take. But the people that respect themselves enough will meet themselves in the mirror. They'll meet their demons. They'll meet their shadows. They'll meet the parts of themselves they're not proud of because they respect themselves enough to do so. And then when they see that there's like areas of improvement and they need to actually, whether it's like become more disciplined, whether it's they need to operate differently, whether they need to let certain things go, whether they're shedding a partner, whether they're shedding just like how they're functioning, they respect themselves enough to fucking do it. And so that bitch is always, always, always going to respect herself enough to say, hey, you know what? If I envision myself having this big ass brand, insert whatever person that you think of right away. Mel Robbins always comes to my mind. I don't know why. I don't even fucking like her. I'm not gonna lie. No, not being shitty, throwing shade. I just don't. She's not my type. um. Anyway, it's like you look at these people and it's like, okay, well, why aren't you playing at that degree? Guaranteed it's some part of you that's, oh my God, it feels sad. It feels, let it go. Let it fucking go. Go be the thing. Respect yourself enough to say that I actually don't have to sit here in the heaviness and the hard and the stuck and the muck for fucking ever. You know, I once had a mentor who I loved and adored. She makes like multi 8 figures a year. She's an absolute killer. Love her, adore her. She once said to me that she was like, I think people in the personal development world, she's like, it's like they almost get to the point of like they're on their path of self-actualization, but then they get stuck and addicted to healing. They get stuck and addicted to regulating their nervous system for fucking ever. They get stuck and addicted to, oh my God, but I've got to be at peace and at balance, and this is how it's got to function. All parts of me must be intertwined and so happy together, and it's got to be this harmony. You guys, come on, this is like a bullshit world, right? Every human that's walking on this planet has baggage. Every fucking human that's walking on this planet has moments they're not proud of. Every fucking human on this planet has not healed every fucking square inch of who they are. And yet we just witnessed somebody become a fucking trillionaire. It's one thing this industry, it makes me want to fucking punch somebody in the face about sometimes because it's literally like the industry says, it's like until you're fully healed and your energy is on point, like you can't have these results. And you guys like, that's just not true. Have you met Elon Musk or have you seen him? He's a fucking alien, man. Like genuinely, I joke about this. I've been saying this for years. I was like, I fucking pinpointed this years ago. It's like, look at his eyes. He's not right. There's something wrong about that man, right? Guaranteed he's a dickhead. Of course he's a dickhead. He's a brilliant dickhead, but he's a dickhead nonetheless. Yet he's a trillionaire. Do you think he's fucking healed every square inch of him? Do you think he's gotten his energy so on point that he's just fucking so magnetic it's radiating and da-da-da-da? I don't know. Maybe he altered a fucking energy machine. Yeah, he's that genius that would fucking figure that out. But it's not him, right? So it's this aspect of even like that concept of, can you respect yourself enough to say it's time to put this shit down and just go be and do it? It's time to actually say to yourself, I respect myself enough to say I'm more than enough. I'm more than ready. Come on. Let's get real, bitch. Right? I had to call myself out on this myself, you guys, several fucking years ago. I absolutely was addicted to healing. I absolutely was addicted too much to personal development to the point where it was like, I've talked about this, but like for 4 years in a row, I was doing what, 5 a.m. to 10. So 5 hours a day, like 6 days a week of healing, energetic, and personal development work. I mean, I did a hell of a lot of work. Now, granted, I had a hell of a lot of trauma that I was carrying with me too. But at some point I had to say to myself, like, when are you going to be done yet? You know, it's like this joke that I have with my little sister. If you're listening to this, I still love you, honey. But it's this joke that I have with my little sister. She's been in therapy for We're going on like 20 years, let's say, okay? And I'm like, have you been therapized yet? Have you been therapized yet? Because at some point, we got to get real and honest with ourselves. Do we just like the sound of our own voice? Do we like to constantly dig into our own misery? Or are you still unpacking and diving deep into shit when in reality, maybe it's time that you need to shift and you need to stand grounded in who you are and you need to have enough self-respect to say, I'm no longer going to perpetuate this fucking cycle. And this is not me poo-pooing therapy in any way, shape, or form. I once had a therapist one time, and our first call, she quite literally, after I told her everything and like what I do in my awareness and da-da-da-da, she was like, to be honest, I don't know if I can help you. To be honest, she really wasn't fucking helpful. She thought that I was too far along for her to help me. I was like, Jesus. Again, I had been so addicted to doing the inner work that it was hard for people to point out things that I wasn't already aware of or to connect dots that I already didn't know. I just literally needed to be validated in a moment. That was it. I just literally needed to be validated. So now I'm not poo-pooing therapy, but I am saying that for many of us in this online space and in this online industry, there comes a time where you have to actually say to yourself, it's time to put this shit down and it's time to fucking run. It's time to operate like that bitch. It's time to literally respect myself enough to step into rich girl fucking energy. And so I want to leave that with you guys today. Where are you still leaning into an energy that is not going to get you where you want to be? Where are you not respecting yourself? Whether that's in your personal life, whether that's in your business, whether that's in how you take care of yourself, let's just get honest. Where are you disrespecting yourself right now? And can you actually go clean that up? Because that's what that bitch would do. And that's why that bitch often has rich girl energy. And not just rich girl energy, rich girl money in the bank. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. On that note, that's all I got for you today. A little hard hitting punch just like that. Regardless, I will be back next week for another episode of the That Bitch podcast. Cannot wait. Stay tuned. Have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time.